Hello and welcome to Group 1 Semester Project Pawn Stars. This is going to be an interactive chess game with multiple features. As of right now, the first sprint has been completed, and this video will cover the 3 tasks that were assigned for this sprint and the end result of the sprint so far. The first task of the sprint was pretty straightforward. You can't have a chess game without a chess board, so a board needed to be designed. And as you can see at this point, we had a non-interactive traditional 8x8 row and column chessboard in a fixed window. This is just to set the boundaries around the game board itself. And with a color scheme was chosen to be brown and tan. And with this, the first step of the sprint was completed. The second task of the sprint was also a straightforward concept. Now that we have the game board, we also need the game pieces to go along with it. So the pieces were designed on the board and placed in their appropriate positions. And as you can see at this point, the game is still non-interactive. No pieces can be moved, nothing can be done to the game itself. And this is simply because this task we wanted to get the game pieces on the board itself, which would lead to the third and final task of the sprint. And for the final task of our sprint, user interaction was implemented so that each piece can now be moved freely across the board. And you'll also notice that these pieces can pretty much move anywhere they want to. There is no logic for the game pieces yet, and that is because we designed our next sprint to be able to implement the actual logic for each game piece, so that the game can determine whether or not the piece that was moved to the spot that it was moved to would be a legal or an illegal move. And with that completed, our first sprint was also completed. So this concludes Group 1's Semester Project's first sprint of Pawn Stars.